Hola estudiantes, it's time for the last project of this class, the Language Learning Toolkit and Final Learning Reflection. So for this final project, you add your personal language learning toolkit and complete a reflection on your language learning throughout this class. You reflect on your linguistic identity and how you've improved your skills of reading, listening, speaking, and writing in the language. You also enhance your linguistic awareness by making cross-content connections to your field. That's connections to things that you're studying and things that you're interested in. This is done through exploring resources that will help you become a lifelong learner of Spanish beyond this class. So you can think of your language learning toolkit as kind of like a presentation of your language learning resources, things that you're compiling for this class. And then you can think of your final reflection as one moment to finally reflect on everything you've learned in this class and the grade you think you've earned in this course. So here are the knowledge and skills that we're covering in this project, and the tasks are as follows. First is to watch the video about linguistic awareness and lifelong language learning, the video below. And then number 2, you explore resources and add your favorite activities from this class. So you add different things to your toolkit, including reflections on your linguistic identity and linguistic awareness, community connections, ways you'll continue building relationships with Spanish speakers outside of this class, resources for reading, listening, speaking, and writing in Spanish, technology tools for language learning, linguistic comparisons, vocabulary, and academic connections, to name a few. So the tarea, or things you need to submit, include number 3, submit major project 3, the language learning toolkit, in week 6. And then number 4, submit your final learning reflection in week 7. Number 5 is simply saying goodbye to your classmates in the discussion board in week 7 as well. So here's the rubric for this assignment. We can change things if they're not going to work for you. Please reach out if you have any questions about how you're going to be graded on this assignment based on these learning outcomes. So you'll be looking at your skills of speaking and writing and how you develop those, as well as your skills in listening or viewing and reading as well. Then your linguistic awareness, critical thinking, and finally, your strategies for lifelong language learning. There's also what is called accessibility in this project, in which you develop resilience. So how do we do that? We can see a template for this Spanish learning toolkit. You can follow along with this, where you go through and complete some of the slides reflecting on your language awareness, your linguistic identity, community and cultural connections, language connections to academics and your fields of study, as well as resources for reading and writing, and listening and speaking. This is where you'll have a list of different websites, TV shows, or activities or assignments that you'll use to keep learning Spanish. At the end, you reflect on technology tools for Spanish learning and overcoming challenges, developing resilience to continue language learning and the challenges that it brings as you try to continue becoming fluent beyond this class. So for that project, there are many different resources that you can explore for your language learning toolkit, including reading, listening, speaking, and writing resources. This includes a review of the activities from week 1, as well as some new things like videos, TV shows, and radio stations, not to mention some free online Spanish textbooks. Other than that, there are some more resources such as technology tools, Spanish language apps, translation tools, ways to use ChatGPT for learning Spanish, some review if you've seen them already. And the last resource is Spanish linguistics, different textbooks kind of looking at how learning linguistics and language, grammar, Latin, all of those things can help you improve your other language skills in English and in other languages that you're studying, as well as help you with academics. A lot of times there's connections to your academic majors, the things that you're studying, to the Spanish language, the English language, the Latin language, and these activities can kind of help you understand some of those connections. So explore those resources and add the ones that you find really helpful to you to your Spanish learning toolkit. Once again, there's the template for the toolkit. You can make a copy of that template with this link here, and you can get started on this project. Let me know if you have any questions, and enjoy this final project. Adios.